doesn't like it. Hey, Ma.
Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Royal London Theatre here in London, England for a much anticipated main event. 10 rounds among heavyweights. A lot of talk heading into tonight's matchup. Everybody expecting this to be a great night of action. Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Two guys that can really take each other out. What's the best means of defense?
Well, if one guy says to himself, I'm not the power puncher, then he has to be smart. He has to be technically solid in all areas. He's going to have the edge.
Headshot lands, was a hook. Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect. What a destructive hook to the head by the Lion. Scoring well with that combination by King. Good-looking right hand after he got hit. Trying to go downstairs, but off target. Now he's putting his punches together, the combination upstairs. The Lion's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Look at the mess in the ring right now. King's cut is just painting himself red.
Yeah, it's a good thing. At least we think that judges are not influenced by the way a fighter looks. Because if they were, no rounds are going in his favor.
Back and forth exchange. Double jab by King. Right to the head with that right. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. He missed with that headshot. And that does it for this round. Now that he's back in the corner, we get a close-up look. King's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady. The same attitude as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
Well, obviously, what his opponent has done here is the reason that cut is in the shape that it's in. So if you're him, just keep doing what you're doing?
Yes and no, Joe. Of course, it's easy to say, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But what if there's a little change? Your opponent's cut now. He's going to move his head, you figure, a little bit to survive in there. Now you shouldn't go head hunting, even though that cut's there. Now you have to adjust to what's in front of you. Go downstairs to the body a little bit, then go back up to that head. Don't let that red flag, so to speak, get you to go crazy and forget the body.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Doubling up the jab now. The Lion's right hand scores well. And now he's targeting upstairs. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landed power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Fine looking right hand by King. Right to the belt line. The Lions rocked by a huge hook to the head. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own.
Do that again.
The Lions putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Scores big with the hook to the head. The Lions scoring with that right hand. Good step back counter punch there.
Ooh, beautiful.
The Lions just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. End of the round is upon us, and if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by the Lions. Good fundamental work, landing the 1-2 there. He has his target. He lands the straight right. And you see what he can do. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. The Lions doing well here with that two-punch. Look at that. He never saw that one coming. Now he's got to look up at the ceiling.
And right now he's thinking about his choice of work.
King's showing you what he is made of, getting up off the canvas after being knocked down. Blocks that belt line well. The Lions showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch. Big shot there. Oh, and he goes down again. The question is, can he rise up and continue on?
4, 5.
King's gonna have to pull himself together here. Now he beat the count, but still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work, because he doesn't have the benefit of his legs. Can't move around there wobbly right now. So what he's got to do is grab on a little bit and walk. Walk to the rope, kill some time, make the referee come in between you and break you.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
And yet another big shot comes in. Up off the deck and now in control. He scores a knockdown of his own.
And he turned it around because when his opponent scored the knockdown, he got a little careless, a little lazy.
Couldn't get out of the way of that, but now one of his own by the Lion. A flush hook scores well for him.
That's it.
Again to the melon. The Lions on the receiving end of a hook. Not getting it done with that straight right hand. And round 3 comes to an end. The Lions putting on a show for the fans in this fight so far, but it's not the kind of show that his corner wants to see. Yes, he's up 2-1 according to your scorecard as we start round number 4. But considering the fact that they've already traded knockdowns, anything can happen from here on out.
Yeah, but if I'm in the corner, I'm taking a negative, a possible negative. I'm turning it into a positive. I'm going to tell him, hey, look, you've been down now. Don't let it happen again. You know what his strengths are. Don't play into them.
Teddy, what's the one thing that shows you a fighter like this is recovered? That a guy who was just knocked down in the last round now comes out for the next round and is fine?
Well, the first thing I look at is, does he behave the way that he normally behaves? You know, is he a guy that all of a sudden starts running at his opponent and that's not his kind of style? That tells me he's still hurt. That tells me he's still a little drunk.
He got hit, but he sends it right back. King's back by a left hand. What a big shot. How is this going to go on? Once again, he hits the deck.
Well, he's getting practice at it, so he might figure it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's over. The fight is over. King's unable to get up and continue on. That's what you want to see, a guy who can close the show and finish with style. He ends up a knockout victor tonight.
And that's what his trainer wanted. His trainer was even telling him, step it up a little bit, because he knew this was possible, and they got it.
Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time ringside.